When a vacant head sphere walks, they tend to lead with their head. They also tend to walk with a purpose, even if they don't have anywhere to be.
Walking, gotta walk, gotta get there. Where is there? I don't remember. Wait! I'm just taking a stroll through the park. Gotta walk.
They also tend to have a bounce in their step, so if they're wearing a ponytail, that thing swings like a 1930s big band. Next up is eye contact, specifically while talking to someone. Vacant head spheres are a little funny this way. They have the ability to hold eye contact, but they just don't wanna. They're still listening, their brain is just multitasking. When vacant head spheres sit, they tend to sit on the very edge of the seat. And when it comes to hand gestures, vacant head spheres use their hands when talking a lot. It's like their mouth is directly connected to their hands. The intellectual head sphere. But again, this has nothing to do with intelligence. An intellectual head sphere could technically be a dum-dum, but honestly, I've never come across anyone who acted this way that wasn't a big ol' brainy nerd about something. Much like their twin, intellectual head spheres will sit on the very edge of their seat and also lead with their head when they walk. Minus the ponytail swinging bounce, of course. But in direct contrast to their boisterous sibling, when you start to speak to an intellectual head sphere, they must immediately stop what they are doing and very intently stare directly at you while you talk, to an almost intimidating degree. Intellectual head spheres like doing very small things with their hands while talking or thinking, like fiddling with a pen or a coin, twiddling their thumbs, and their gestures are very small and understated. It just feels like this character sphere is the embodiment of the term mild-mannered, the librarian of the bunch. Moving on, you have the heart sphere, a favorite of mine, probably because I share the most traits with this one. This sphere is basically Miss Bianca from the Rescuers movies. First of all, heart spheres have very good posture when they walk because they lead with their chest. Guess you could say they follow their hearts? Aha, aha, aha. Aha. Now, when a heart sphere is talking to you, they maintain eye contact very well. But the key is their eyes react very empathetically with whatever it is you're saying, whether it's happy, sad, angry, what have you. You never second guess if a heart sphere is actually listening to you. Wow, the heart sphere is big on empathy. It's like a villain being named Reginald McEvilman. When it comes to a heart sphere's hand gestures, everything is centered around the heart, to a literal degree. They touch their chest a lot, that's what I'm saying. This sphere is also the only sphere that sits in a chair like a normal person. They don't sit on the edge, their butt is perfectly where it needs to be, taking up the correct amount of space for a humanoid. Now we get to the will sphere. I used to think of this one as the cowboy sphere until I got corrected the other day. To start off, when a will sphere walks, they lead with their hips. They kind of have that cowboy swagger about them. I described this to a friend of mine recently, and he said, "Oh, like supermodels." Yeah, that checks out. Now I think of this as the strut sphere. The sphere of strut. The stratosphere! Okay, so will spheres don't really use their hands all that much when talking. They only gesture once or twice, but when they do, you gotta step back because it's always something big. Like they're laughing at something funny and they slap the table, or it's a get out of here hand gesture, or big finger guns. They expend all their gesture points in one go. I don't know if this is intentional, but will spheres will maintain eye contact with you while talking like they're trying to assert dominance. This is another reason why I used to call them the cowboy sphere, because they stare at you like it's high noon and one of you is about to cash in your warranty. Supermodels do it too. That catwalk stare looks like you murdered their family and now they're gonna remove your vital organs through your ears. Legend says that when a will sphere and an intellectual head sphere have a staring competition, it never ends. Ever. And last but not least, if you have ever known someone in your life that regularly claims an entire couch for themselves, they were probably a will sphere. They don't just sit in the seat, they take up the seat. The person could be 4'10", 105 pounds, and somehow they can magically take up every inch of a sofa. Obviously, this is all just for the yucks, just some good old-fashioned Tommy Rot what. Don't take any of it too seriously.